The gut. The gut. The gut. The gut. The gut. Gut is the second brain, and if you experience a lot of bloating, indigestion, gas, or even low self-esteem, it might all be related back to the gut. I'm going to share with you guys some great foods that I've been eating and some self-development techniques that I've used to help heal my gut and bring more of that mind-body connection. So it has been shown that having a healthy gut leads to less sickness, more energy levels, and a better emotional well-being. So in modern medicine, we mainly focus on the body, not so much the soul, the mind, and the spirit. So that's why I bring in the chakras, because when I was having lots of digestion issues, my first instinct was to go to the doctor, and then when I did, the things that they would give me would only temporarily fix me. Like, I suffered with a lot of constipation, and then they would just give me laxatives. They weren't really trying to figure out the root issue. I had to find a way, a more natural way, to heal myself and understand what my body was going through. My natural approach involved both gut healthy foods and like self-development techniques to help build my chakras, to help align them more. The chakras are these pools of energy in different areas of our body, and they're associated with certain organs and diseases that can be seen outwardly if they're too out of place, if they're unbalanced. So for me, when I was having a lot of stomach issues, the first thing I thought was out of line was mainly my solar plexus chakra, which is more centered like near the stomach area. But having digestive issues could also be associated with the lower two, the solar plexus and the sacral and the root chakra. When these chakras are imbalanced, you might be experiencing more digestive issues, issues with the spleen, the stomach, the bladder, the pancreas, things of that nature. But you can also look into it further for the things that you're dealing with. When the solar plexus area is blocked, you also experience things such as low self-esteem, low confidence, and inability to make decisions. Then to give you guys some context of what I was experiencing so you could better understand maybe where its root problem came from, we have to go back into my childhood, back when I had really low self-esteem. I was really unsure of myself. I was uncomfortable in my own skin. And overall, I was just like a very timid child. I was scared to be myself. And I never realized or, tried to overcome these issues I had. So as I grew older, they carried on with me into college. Even though they were slightly better, like I gained some more confidence. Like if you saw me on the streets or like had a conversation with me, like just randomly, like everything was gonna be fine. But like the deeper levels of it, like I had low self-esteem. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life, and I was still somewhat uncomfortable in my own skin. So at one point I found out about the chakras, how these centers of energy, if they're too out of line, they can then show themselves outwardly in like diseases and in issues that you might be experiencing with your body. So I did my hardcore research, and I figured out like maybe it's my solar plexus chakra, my self-esteem area, my decision area, which it made sense to me. So after that, I started doing some techniques that I felt would help bring me back to really understand who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. Some of the things that I incorporated then into my life were things such as meditation, which helped me learn to listen to my feelings better and just sit with myself in silence and like just learn that what I'm feeling is okay, it's valid, and I don't need to really try to change them. I just need to understand what I'm feeling. I also got into journaling, which was me just word vomiting on some papers what I felt and what I was going through, and then I would go through those again, and I don't know, I just really started to understand maybe where some of these feelings were coming from, or it's like I was having a conversation with myself, because once you put it on paper, it's different than when you're saying it in your own mind. I found myself saying even more. I also really got into doing yoga, which really helped me have more mind-body connection, which is, like learning to appreciate my body and truly like take things more slow, to feel my body and to just really be in the moment with myself and learn that my body is strong, that I'm strong. One of the biggest things that I also changed in my life was doing things that really made me uncomfortable. Some of these things are like waking up really early, and because I'm one of those people, I could like sleep for 12 hours and be completely fine, and I need an alarm or else I'm gonna sleep for like, I don't even know how long, just really long. It's pretty bad. Like nothing would really wake me up, and I just found myself sleeping for hours on end. So I encouraged myself, I pushed myself to start waking up earlier, and I gave myself a routine to follow in the morning, something so I could stick to, so I wouldn't just like go about things mindlessly. Like I made a list for myself and I would go through them. I also started going to places by myself. I would just do things by myself and not feel like I needed to have someone with me, or like that it was embarrassing for me to be like out in public by myself, which is completely fine. And another thing that I did to help, build my solar plexus chakra and my self-esteem was starting this YouTube channel. I was always like really shy to voice my opinions and say things that I actually like cared about. Like I would focus more on other people, and I didn't like attention to be on me. So this YouTube channel is a way for me to like talk about the things I find interesting, do things that interest me, and then like share them with people who hopefully also find them interesting and can gain value from them. So if you're watching this video, you want to support me, please just, like this video, hit the subscribe button, see more of me, see my journey. Slowly, I started incorporating more healthy foods into my diets, things that were good for my stomach and also help my digestion. And with this, I started to appreciate my foods more, and I would have more gratitude for them. Even when I was like preparing my food, I would just take moments to like thank my food, because it's nurturing my body, and all the goodness that the food has, like if you just mindlessly eat it, you don't really appreciate what you're eating. Then I would also, just eat in silence by myself, like without like anything around me, not on my phone, not sitting with someone. And I found myself like really tasting my food more. I would even just like close my eyes and just like experience my food to another level. If you haven't done that, I recommend just closing your eyes while you're eating and focusing on your food, and it just tastes amazing. So for the foods that I then started incorporated into my diet, like these gut healthy foods, I think the biggest thing that made a difference with my gut microbiome was fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, some sourdough bread, kombucha. Like those were things that I loved and I liked eating. So just incorporating them more into my diet, I found myself feeling better. I like eating beans a lot. I eat a lot of beans, and then I found out that soaking your beans, especially when they're like the hard dry ones, like the night before or a few days before, helps your stomach be able to digest them easier, because when they soak in the water, that outer enzyme that is sometimes difficult for stomachs to digest, it then dissolves. And then if you want to like take it a step further and do even more goodness, you can soak certain beans like red lentils, chickpeas, mung beans. You can let them soak in water until they start to sprout. And when they sprout, there's even more vitamins and minerals in these beans. It's even better for you. Your body likes it even more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you gained some value out of this, and like the video, subscribe, leave me a comment if you have anything to add on to this video, or just, you know, if you gain something out of it. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.